So AT came through last night, and AT and Brian got wasted. Well, not wasted, but he got buzzed where he messed up this chair, got wine all over it, blood.
My hand still hurts.
Right.
Broke my glasses.
He almost died last night.
Yeah, and so now this is what, hangover food?
Yeah, I'm still pretty. My stomach be rumbling.
Got tacos from Pio Tacos in Eastville. Look at that. Look at that. What's that?
Look, we have the tacos here. We got 3 different types of tacos. We got some salsa. Look at the salsa.
Yeah. We got a bunch of stuff, a variety. Tacos. Tacos.
Quesadilla.
Did you buy quesadilla?
I know.
Dude, lately I've been buying things and I don't even know.
Do you have fries? The fries? No fries?
I don't know, but you
I don't know.
got a quesadilla?
Oh, you helping too, girlfriend?
Oh yeah, look at her.
I got fries, not quesadilla.
Wow.
All right.
Here's the setup.
Everything up?
We don't know which is which because there's all these sauces on top. This one looks like carnitas right here. This one looks like
that one does too.
this
Just
one
don't
looks like
eat sauce on everything?
El Pastor.
El Pastor.
El Pastor.
Yeah. No, that's not El Pastor. That's chorizo.
Chorizo? Okay, where's my pastor? That's you, babe. Your phone.
My phone, is that what you said?
Yes, your phone.
Quesadilla, which we didn't order, but okay.
I know, I wanted my phone. No?
How's it?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We are downtime. It's about 3:30 p.m. and now we are going to talk about policies because I have no idea what politics are, and apparently I'm a Democrat and so is Brian.
Okay,
Sometimes
went wrong already.
Oh, apparently. But they are the opposite party.
So we're going to vote. She's gonna vote right now. We're going to 2 sheets.
Yeah,
in
okay.
this
Let's
county.
see. Let's see what these thoughts are.
What are your thoughts? What are your
What a thought process. Make sure Minnie doesn't get on here. She gets pretty excited when she sees the camera.
They all do because that's
Just
all I'm faced with
lingering.
all day.
You stay there. You stay there. Okay. Are we gonna wait for Brian or is he gonna?
That's up to you. I don't care.
He's sitting with
He's just a nuisance. Okay. First measure. Order. Authorizes bonds for public school and community college facilities.
No.
Authorizes $10 billion in general.
Wait. That was
obligation
it. That was the question.
I'm explaining it. to you.
Oh, okay. You gotta explain it to me.
Authorizes $10 billion in general obligation bonds for repair, upgrade, and construction of facilities at K.
Go ahead.
That's strike 1. You are going to be ejected from the
Okay.
video. Okay. At K to 12 public schools, including charter schools, community colleges, and career technical education programs, including for improvement of health and safety conditions and classroom
That's
upgrades.
too long.
Requires annual audits. That's what they say. Fiscal impact, increased state costs. So this is a state cost of about $500 million annually for 35 years to repay the bond. Yes or no?
Yes.
Wait. What is
That's
it
strike
mean?
2.
Basically, they're getting a $35 billion bond.
$10 billion to
$10
fix
billion.
the schools.
So the government wants $10 billion
From who?
from us.
Ooh.
10 billion.
They're gonna get a loan for $10 billion
A loan from us?
from a bank
Okay.
for
But you're
whatever
gonna
interest
repay
rate.
it.
They're gonna get a bond,
With interest.
and then what happens is your property taxes go up in order to pay that bond.
Did it
So
say that's
you-
funded?
Are gonna pay your portion on every bond that is ever brought onto
You
a
know what
ballot.
right now?
Because you are a homeowner, you pay that bond. That's why your property taxes go up every year.
Exactly. It's all gibberish.
Because of all these bonds. And then what they do is they mismanage that money and they'll ask for another
we're
bond
not
next time.
swaying the voter, okay? That's illegal. No
I'm just saying,
swaying
so that's
voters.
what it is. So
No,
Okay, Elon.
okay, literally.
No.
Okay, Elon.
You got the devil and the angel here.
They got-
Okay,
they-
Mitch, you're voting. This is it. Done.
no, am I wrong though?
You're
So
not allowed
they
to.
get
We're
a,
not arguing this right
they
now.
get a loan. They
Minnie's
get a loan from a
arguing.
bank. They get a loan from a bank, and then we pay it back through a property tax.
But doesn't the government already what do you call it? Bail out the banks? So what was the point of borrowing from the banks and then bailing out the banks later?
You're going way down the line, okay? In an ideal world, you are paying back the bond on top of all the bonds you're already paying for.
Because all these bonds are 35-year loans, so every bond that's out there is still being.
For what
paid for.
school though?
All
All
schools.
schools? I mean.
But they're not
yes.
telling you what they're gonna do. They
K
just
through
said
12.
we need money for.
Just to make the schools look better?
Well, like that,
It's
like we have an
construction.
issue like in our county, whereas.
I guess I don't mind because if you do construction, then you have all these people like you to get the
Exactly.
jobs to do the construction.
All infrastructure is a yes.
I mean, there's solars at the school down here, so it's nice to save, and then you get jobs for these people that take a million years to do.
But if
Yes.
the government managed the money, they
If
would.
the government
Said yes.
manage.
Moving on.
But even in your own house, the husband can't even manage your own money.
Well, these projects,
Shake ya. All right.
projects are always automatic.
Constitutional right to marriage. This amends the state of California's constitution, we have our own constitution, to recognize fundamental right to marry regardless of sex or race. Removes language in the California Constitution stating that marriage is only between a man and a
I don't
woman.
care about that. Marry
No
whoever you want.
changes in revenues or costs to state and local. All they're doing is they're changing the document that says it's not between a man and a woman, it's between any
Whoever you marry, I don't care.
yes or no, or abstain. You could do that.
Like, I'm okay whoever want to get married. Is that a yes or no?
So then you mean, yes, you agree to change
Because
it.
right now the Constitution says marriage is only between a man and a woman.
Okay.
They're trying to change it and say something else.
Like-
right? They're
So
not
what
telling
it's gonna
There we go.
allow, or what it,
How does it affect me?
It does. It says
It
no
doesn't
money.
other than-
You're
so-
just voting on yes or no. Do you support it?
Fine, whatever, sure.
Okay, that's another.
Care?
yes. I mean, you can abstain. Like you don't have to vote.
Did you write it down for me already? This is a voting situation.
Yes and yes, not hard.
Yes.
You're gonna be yes on everything. Authorizes bonds for
As
safe drinking
Brian
water, wildfire prevention, and protecting communities and natural lands from climate risks.
Climate change.
Authorizes $10 billion in general obligation bonds for water, fire, wildfire protection and prevention of communities and lands requires annual audits.
Too long. What does it mean?
Fiscal impact:
Summary.
increased state costs of about $400 million annually for 40 years to repay the bond. So another bond going on your property tax to provide water.
So, a bond for safe drinking water,
Yes.
wildfire.
We don't want to be like
prevention,
Africa here or
And
Vietnam.
protection of communities.
Wildfire protection.
Third world country, you know.
And protection.
We need
So,
we need that.
it's basically infrastructure related.
Yeah, so more jobs. Next.
Yes.
Allows local bonds for affordable housing and public infrastructure with 55% voter approval.
What do you mean? So
Uh,
you get voter bonds?
Increase local borrowing to fund affordable housing, supportive housing, and public infrastructure. The amount would depend on decisions by local governments and voters. Borrowing would be repaid with higher property taxes. So again, more property.
Wait, how does it affect me?
It affects
You're
you
paying for the
because if
bond.
you say yes, you're going to pay it with your property tax.
To loan these people money.
The other
That-
ones were not property tax.
every
The other ones
bond
were
is
loans.
property tax.
No, it could be state. It comes from the state budget, so it could be
Sales
Let's
tax.
just normal.
So
income
my tax
or-
money would go to
This-
the funding of people who need money for their housing.
This,
Every time they ask for money, it's going to come from you one way or another.
Okay.
In sales tax or property tax.
For housing, but these people, you're not sure they're gonna pay back or not.
They're not paying it back. You're paying it back.
You're paying it back.
Why would I pay
They're
back?
asking. That's why they're asking.
They
you
want the
vote.
money
If
to
you
give
vote
to somebody
yes,
else
then
for you to pay.
Voting for you to
Yes.
pay back this.
that's
bond.
how taxes work.
Back this bond for what? I didn't buy this house.
It's not about.
I
the
think
house.
Lynn needs to know what a
Oh, now she
bond.
don't understand. She
is.
don't own a house.
See,
So-
basically it's this. Okay, let's just say, let's not say 10 billion, let's say $10.
$10.
Okay? I want $10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? And I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna fix that chair.
Okay.
Right?
Chair. $10.
Great. 10 bucks.
But that's
Fix
my
your
chair.
No.
No, it's not your chair.
It's in my house.
It's okay. You're
Okay. New
missing
example.
the point.
New example.
Okay.
It's a public park. They need a new bench.
Okay, there you go. The bench.
It's gonna
mean,
cost.
it's a real-
It's
that's a
gonna
real
cost
example.
10 bucks
$10 to fix
Whatever.
that chair.
to
Okay.
fix the
Fine.
friggin' bench.
Fine.
Right?
We share a chair.
Right?
I
But
mean, for the most part.
what happens is you are going to get a loan. You're basically authorizing me to get a loan from the bank. But I get the money. You have to pay it back.
But are you gonna pay? Are you gonna fix it?
I could, or
He's
I could.
saying he
I might just decide to
What
go.
are the
You
chances
know,
that you do fix
I
it?
need to put together.
What are your repercussions if you don't fix it?
I just get another bond next year for you to pay that one
Okay,
back.
that's
Christians.
very subjective at this point. That's not the issue.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes
clean
or
up
no?
parks.
No,
Okay, yes.
Okay, I'm just, the reason I'm saying that is because in our county, we've paid for, I think, 3 or 4 bonds to fix leaky roofs on the school.
And nothing.
They never fix the roofs. They spend the money on just whatever they want, and there's no accountability. And the next voting cycle, they ask for another bond to do the exact same thing they were supposed to do with the money the last time. So there's no accountability. That's the problem. That's what I have an issue with a lot of the bonds. It's good in theory, but the
Yeah.
problem is you're giving the money to people that are mismanaging it, and then they
But then how do you control it with other issues
Oh.
too? You
She
know?
almost made it.
She almost ate the counter.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you control, like,
Someone's
no
gotta fix
matter
the
what,
roof.
you're gonna have to pay taxes. How do you control where your money goes regardless?
You make them manage their money instead of
That's one
basically
way to
having a
think about
blank
it.
check.
Anyways, the issue is local infrastructure and housing bonds for low and middle income Californians. So they're gonna take your money and they're gonna build housing for low income and middle income Californians. Which I'm not sure how they're gonna.
I mean, we came from a low income. We were in a house. We were in section, what, A before?
Were you?
Yeah. The houses, the one
I do
that,
not know. It's your own family.
the ones in San Bernardino, we were in there for a good moment and got out of it.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Yes.
And it's infrastructure.
Number 6, eliminates constitutional provision allowing involuntary.
That's where you ate the apple.
What apple?
The apple that we won't let you eat.
Oh my god.
That
I'm
house.
talking about my history now.
Yeah.
Now
You
I
were
feel
there.
ashamed.
Yeah.
I didn't know when I was 3 years old.
That's
that I was
Section
in
8
Section 8
house.
housing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody told me when I was 3.
You had apple in there.
I did have an apple. I did have it. And I had some wood.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, so this amends the California Constitution to remove current provision that allows jails and prisons to impose involuntary servitude to punish crime. Fiscal impact, potential increase or decrease in state and local costs, depending on how work for people in state prison and county jail changes. Any effect likely would not exceed the tens of millions of dollars annually. So when you go to jail and they say, hey, build a couch for this bougie ass girl in Eastvale, they don't have to do that anymore. They don't have to go to work when they're in jail.
They don't have to work? No, they gotta work in jail.
They gotta make my couches.
Yeah, they gotta make their own couches.
I don't think they make couches in jail. What do they do? Pick up trash? Like what?
They
actually
work
do?
and they actually like make, yeah, they do the couch downstairs. That's what they made.
What do you mean?
Went over
The
to
couch that
Kevin.
we bought downstairs, that's from a jail program.
Oh, it is?
Yes, that's why I bought it.
How do you not know?
To support the jail people.
I don't think they get the money.
Yes, but they make it because they have workmanship, the craftsmanship, they gotta do something.
To
Okay.
me, it's not even about them having to go to work. It's like healthy for guys.
For men to do something, mentality,
something.
like mental health.
No,
That's the chair downstairs that we gave to Chi.
But mental health is a choice, right, for them?
No, like if you do stuff, you don't go crazy. That's
I know,
it.
but this is saying involuntary servitude.
Too bad, do it.
Meaning
Everything
that-
they do in jail is involuntary.
Right, there's a lot of things that I'm involuntary too,
No,
but guess
to-
what?
To me,
you know?
they should work. They're getting
Yeah.
free room and board. They
Yeah,
need to work for
they
that.
should
And
work.
they're-
And they get,
So,
I mean, they
yeah,
don't get paid a lot.
you need to work.
They get paid a little bit, right?
No, they
No.
get like 10 cents an hour.
But I'm just saying. It's
They don't. They basically committed something, right? Whether they did or not, whatever. They're in there, dude.
Well,
I
you
was
know, they
almost
should be
there.
happy to do something because you don't want to go bored out of your mind.
I would, yeah, lose it. And honestly, if they're not doing anything, now it's going to be a lot more friggin' anger and crime and friggin' everything.
And
inside
actually,
the
a lot of
jail.
these programs, they take them out of jail to some areas and then do it there so they get another breather.
The one in Lompoc,
trash
they
or
actually have
whatever.
cowboys. They friggin' have cattle. They have ranches. They have farms. They're doing all that stuff.
Yeah, so that. So
I think
yeah.
they should work.
No, this is to remove that language. So you want to keep it in there.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
let them work.
I agree with that. I'd like a couch made by Trump.
It's a first no. All right,
Yes, it's a
next.
no.
Raises minimum wage. Raises minimum wage for employers with 26 or more employees to $17 immediately. $18.
$17. This guy be paying an employee over $500 an hour.
Okay, immediately 17. $18 on January 1st, 2025. And for employers with 25 or fewer employees, then it's $17 starting January 1st, 2025, and then $18 on January 2026.
So,
I think inflation is okay.
okay, but this is my take on that,
Okay.
right? So when you raise,
Are you voting or is she voting?
she's voting.
Okay.
But okay, if you
He's trying to let me
constantly,
understand.
if you constantly raise,
That's what you
so
think it is.
basically, if you're a skilled worker, right? Like this guy's overpaid. But so and skilled is questionable. Anyways, if you keep raising the minimum wage for unskilled labor, right? Everything goes up. So your food, that's why when you go to the grocery store now, it's like 3 times what it was a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
McDonald's is like $20 for a Big Mac now.
Because they keep raising minimum wage.
Yeah.
And they keep thinking, oh, it's going to make it so they have better cost of living. What they're doing now is these companies are like, okay, then I'll just get less employees. And I'm going to put in a kiosk that can work 24/7 instead of this whiny little prick in the back that won't do anything anyways when he's here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's counterintuitive, but it's also the food, all the those jobs, fast food, all that stuff. The prices are going to skyrocket. So now the skilled workers aren't getting paid enough because to compensate for inflation and everything else. So it's kind of screwing up the economy. The biggest issue is these
It's
people
not
need
a
to be more
simple issue.
skilled.
Honestly, raising minimum wage
It's
period
scenarios.
is not a bad idea. It's just what are we getting from doing that, right?
In
It's
return.
society's issue in which how are we going to create
Well, do you guys think
motivation?
we should have minimum wage?
What do you mean should
Honestly,
I
I feel
don't.
like it's
I don't.
What are other choices? Maximum wage?
The choice is
meaning
that-
that you could pay someone $2 an hour if they're willing.
no. So there's other states
You mean
actually.
choose your own hours? Choose your own dollars?
So like this. So there's other states like say.
Like, why does the state have to tell you how much you should pay for somebody? So somebody, you interview somebody, and then you guys come up with the price. Hey, what are you willing to work for? They say $5. You're like, okay, I'll pay you $7.
Yeah.
That's less than minimum wage, but it's an agreement.
Okay.
Right? So it's like,
I prefer that.
yeah,
Because
I think
So you don't want a
generally,
minimum wage.
I think it should
You
be
don't
a
want to
business
increase the minimum
decision.
wage.
I don't think it
well,
should be a
it,
state
it
decision.
depends. Like some people are deserving, some people aren't. So it's
Yeah.
hard to say.
But
Yeah,
you
but the
make that
hardworking
decision
people are
yourself
more
as a
likely
business
to-
owner.
Well, I think a lot of people abuse more than they
Yeah.
do. So yeah, to keep
So
the
that's the
minimum
thing
rates
too.
going.
So you're trying to control the abuse, but also you're not wanting to.
Raise it. I'm
You
okay
don't
as
want
long as they don't
to-
be trying to ask me for a tip over a coffee.
But they're going to
That's
still
a
do that.
whole different.
I don't like that.
that's a
Like you
whole
didn't do
different
anything. Why you
issue,
asking me
yeah.
for 20% tip? And there's no
Yeah.
other option.
Tip is high.
And I have to be like shameless, and be like, no tip.
Yeah, so that's the issue too. So that now the minimum wage is going up. So you
Plus
go
the
to dinner.
tip.
It used to be $50 to go to dinner. Now it's $300, and now they want 20% on the $300.
Oh, and on top of that, they ask you to pay for their health because the restaurant doesn't want to pay for their health. So it's an extra on top of tip.
Like,
On
I'm barely even paying for my
So
own
that's where it gets out of hand. So it's basically
But you
it's
also
to
don't want to
protect the
punish the
people.
actual real workers.
Yeah,
who they don't have
exactly,
any other option.
exactly.
So it's,
so it's a very difficult.
yeah, none
It's
of
hard
these,
to say,
none
but
of these
I
are
know a lot of
right.
people abuse. Like if you were willing, $2 an hour,
Yeah.
$1 an hour.
But I've also seen in other states where like their waitresses and stuff, their minimum wage is like $2.50. That's what they get, no matter what, and they make money by being a good host.
Yeah, and getting a tip. Yeah,
and catering
That's what
to the
Kelly does.
individual. Now they're making so much money,
Yeah.
they friggin' pretty much throw your plate on the table, and it's just like, where's my tip?
Yeah, it's true. They expect it. Here in Texas, like you get $2 and you get money off tip, they just are happy.
But they make more money. They make more money because they're taking care of the customer and doing their job. Now they're getting catered to, and they're not doing their job. So it is a tough
What
situation.
we really need to do is take away the whole tip system, just like Europe.
Asia.
Asia.
Everybody else doesn't.
Whatever it is,
It's not
you
by
pay
law.
for pay.
It's
I know
not,
by
but
law.
again,
Sometimes
it's a
it is.
It's
If you
frowned
go to a
societal-
restaurant
societal
and you have
issue
6 or more, they
where
take it
They will
automatically.
shame you. One
They
time.
add 18%.
And there's also fraud too. They'll write it in.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't heard that.
I mean,
They'll
that's
write
fraud
it
all the
in.
time.
If you were to give 10%, you gotta go check your thing because we never check it. A lot of people they check it and that they write it in.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, but that's
We
fraud.
got
That's different
chased
level.
out of a restaurant once because she said, "Oh, you didn't put enough tip." I'm like, "What the hell? We were in the parking lot."
Mm-hmm.
That was a massage.
Well, that too. But I remember before it was with Lynn, and the lady chased us out into the parking lot, saying, "You didn't put enough tip."
And what'd you do? Give them more?
We were so shocked.
You
It was
should
Lynn. She paid.
Zero
so
it out.
She was just like,
Like,
Yeah, let me fix that.
"Let me fix that for you." It was just so weird. Like we didn't even know how to
Is it
react.
Asian lady?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, not of course. I'm
That's
saying
entitlement.
Yes.
Of course.
That's entitlement,
so-
which is like my
So
biggest
yes or
pet
no,
peeve.
minimum wage.
Well,
What is it
To
now?
raise it?
Right now
Yeah.
it's like
Okay,
15.
go ahead and raise it. Everything's inflation anyway.
Okay, so yes.
And inflation is a good economy,
let me
right?
ask what check.
No.
Okay, shush. Moving on.
Right, move on.
Expands
No,
local
actually,
government's authority to enact rent control on residential property. So it repeals a Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act of 1995, which currently prohibits local ordinances limiting initial residential rental rates for new tenants or rent increases for existing tenants in certain
Oh,
residential
it's too
properties.
long. Oh my god.
I'd say no.
I don't really understand.
Yeah.
You tell me.
What
Because
does
I've
that
never
mean,
really
right?
rented.
Hey, Brian actually said no on something.
Oh, okay.
So,
I agree that like that's a
So
no,
it's
that's
rent
a hard
control.
no.
you know what rent control is?
No,
Go ahead,
I don't.
tell
So
me.
basically, let's say you're renting to someone $1,000 a month. There's laws that says you can't jump that to $2,000 a month the next cycle. You're limited to percentage increases.
I
Okay.
don't even know if you're
Yeah.
But that's
so
your house.
there's
percentage increase is.
yeah. I'm saying that's what rent control is.
But isn't that your own house to set your own price?
Yeah, but the government basically steps in and says,
No.
okay, landlord,
So-
you
No.
Right.
you might have a $5,000 a month mortgage, but you can only rent this house for $3,000.
No.
Yeah. So that's what right. Usually it's like you
Like
can't do
if
an
I want to
extreme
charge
thing.
something,
It's
I'll
your
charge
own
my
control.
service.
Yeah.
It's outside of everything else.
That's a good way to look at it and say, oh, well, you can only charge this for your service. Like,
Yeah, no. Like I'm a contractor. You want to charge me for this price, then you take it or leave it.
But do you deserve it?
Yeah, well, that's up to you. Like that's your thing. That's not my thing. You figure it out with yourself.
But it kind of
That's
goes
a
back to
hard
that
no.
minimum wage thing where it's like, it's a transaction, it's a business transaction, right?
Yeah, but minimum wage thing is like it's working for other people's companies.
That is a hard
It's
one because
different.
it is like there's a lot of really hard workers that deserve
More.
a bump
And then
or
on the
whatever.
other hand, there's a lot of shady owners who are willing to undercut their employees, right?
Yeah.
So the
So
rent
that one's
control-
hard both ways.
Yeah, that's what I
This
mean.
one,
None
this
of
one I
Our,
feel
our
like is
employees
a-
are milking us dry here.
Okay.
So no to rent control.
That's 3 shakes right there. Here we go.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Ryan. God damn it. We need real guys now.
So what is
just get
it?
it
Are you
over
guys
with.
saying
Bleeding
yes
on
or
that
no?
gut for real.
Yeah, right here. Blood right here. Last night you broke a glass of wine.
I'm still bleeding.
Shake.
So
Okay.
what is that? Yes or no?
It was a no.
I just said no.
For rent
Okay.
control.
I want to rent however I want to sell my car, however I want to sell my
Okay.
lashes, how I want to sell myself is how I sell.
Alright,
What lashes?
I agree with that. No
Okay,
rent control.
next.
Restrict spending of prescription drug revenues by certain healthcare providers. I don't know this.
See that one I didn't like because it says by certain. And it's like it doesn't lead into
Selective.
what
Yeah.
certain people are. So
I
basically,
mean,
hey,
all of them are like, oh,
we
yeah,
want a
this is what we're
monopoly.
gonna do.
so we need
Wait,
to
explain that one then,
squeeze out
Brian.
the other
How many more questions do we
healthcare
have?
providers.
Four.
This is your citizen duty.
Ugh.
I'm exhausted. You ready for
If
that?
they just like make it understandable, it's just too long.
Okay, provides. Okay, the medical stuff, I don't really know. Allows felony charges and increases sentences
That's a
for
yes.
certain drug and theft crimes. So allows felony charges, not
Oh,
misdemeanor,
for 36.
for possessing certain drugs and for thefts
There was a lot of thefts that's happened.
because they
and
lowered the
police-
threshold.
Yeah,
They raised the threshold.
They raised the
they're right.
threshold. Yes.
Right now they're saying it can be felony if you're a repeat offender.
Burp.
This is for
I think the
For
anchor
thefts under
here is
950.
the repeated felony. If
Yeah.
yes, if they've proven to have done this twice before,
right. So this
Put
is
them
like
in
a
jail.
third strike. So
Yes.
if the defendant has 2 prior drug or theft, I don't like the drug part.
yeah, meaning
But if it was just 2 prior theft convictions,
theft,
I would
for
say
sure.
yes.
Theft,
But
like,
that's the problem I don't like is they don't just give you
'cause they
something
can
to
go
vote
out
on.
there.
They they manipulate it, and
But,
you're if you
yes.
pass it, you're
But
agreeing
you
to all
can
this
say
other
this
stuff.
about
that's
anything,
hidden.
right? Everything starts as a good intention, but then if it's like, oh, they only need 2 counts, the cop will go out, freaking pinpoint somebody, charge them with 2, and then next time it's a felony.
Mhm.
Just because they don't like the kid or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's possession of drugs. I would say no, just because of the possession. Because like
Yeah, I would agree.
people
with
are
that.
gonna shit on you, but the theft part, I wish that they would have put that different. 'Cause
Okay, next,
just
it's hard
theft.
to deal with
If you-
crime and things like that because
Yeah.
it's still very subjective. It's nothing you
Well,
can
I just
force it.
yeah, I mean like
To me, that's an easy one. Not the drug part.
But the problem too is, okay, so they incarcerate them, say they give them a felony. Now they're in prison, they're in jail
No,
for
that's
a year,
third strike.
and then, well, yeah.
Right. The third.
But they're
one is
also
the
saying anything over $800, where it could be a felony, so they could get a felony just on that. So, not to say like, oh, it's a free thing to steal, because I'm sick of the looting and all that thing. But I also don't want to house these people, and
Yeah,
we're already doing
they
it.
it ends up costing us more for someone that. I mean, I used to steal when I was younger, but
Okay, so you want to give money to
It's
the
another tough one.
RCC
for a small one.
for infrastructure changes.
RCC,
improvements, blah,
can
blah,
we call it?
Yeah,
Yes.
more jobs.
I like RCC. They actually are the one who.
blah. RCC jump-started my career.
They did.
And it was
What's
helpful.
RCC?
Riverside Community College. It's helpful that they had a campus in Norco because it's only a 5-minute drive from here. I could
Norco,
binge watch
Riverside,
Netflix all night and still make it to
Valley.
class.
So you guys just didn't. So you just didn't vote for the drug revenue one.
Okay, next. What's the next one?
That was it.
Oh,
Riverside.
all of it?
Yeah, but I didn't like the verbiage in that. I said no on that.
I skipped the
Drug
2
revenue.
medical ones because I don't understand medical.
Okay.
So you can
It
explain.
just said, well, according to this, 90% of the revenue that they get from federal discount, they have to spend it where it's related to direct patient care. So that kind of implies currently they don't spend everything. So when they get
But the problem that got me was the fact that it says select.
select, oh yeah.
So it's
I
like,
guess that's
okay,
certain
we're gonna
ones.
make everybody else do this, but we're not.
These bonds
Yeah,
are
like
boring
that.
this year. Like, where's the entertainment? Where's the good stuff?
So that was the only part that grabbed my attention was the select.
I say
people.
no, everything. I don't want to pay more property taxes.
So to me, it was a big fish basically trying to wipe out all the little ones.
There's only one that was increased property tax. The rest was not.
No, all the bonds are increased.
Okay,
That comes from
whatever,
the state
fine,
fund.
non-property taxes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's still
Well,
coming
where
out
do
of
you
your
think the state
pocket.
gets its friggin' fund from?
Income
Income
tax,
tax,
sales tax,
sales
everything. But like
tax.
whatever their budget, but it wouldn't increase our. Whereas that one specifically would increase our property.
But it's still taking money
But
from
how
your
come they didn't
pocket.
ask
So
us
now
about the plastic
if they
bag?
increase
They take away from
taxes or whatever,
How come they didn't ask us about the plastic bags?
plastic bags.
I want plastic bags.
Oh, yeah, there was a.
I
I
vote.
do too.
I
Like,
vote give me
Jesus
plastic
Christ,
bags.
is like so hard to gus everything.
Plastic
Like,
bags.
I always
Ah.
sometimes I don't know why, but every time I get something, I always think about that one time we were Orsini went to Costco,
Gus
and we ran into some rando in the elevator, and he said, "Costco, huh?" And we're
Yeah.
like, "Yes." We can't even hide it in bags. We got like Gus everything here. Goddamn.
So you only did the numbers, not the letters.
That's all. I just read the
Well,
ballot.
there's the plastic bag one here.
Where? Read it.
It's the Katy Perry ballot.
The Katy Perry ballot.
Yes or no? No.
You want a shank too? I want a shank too.
I think that was definitely a shake right there.
I feel like a plastic bag sometimes. Don't you?
Like, what a horrible lyric.
Do
Absolutely.
you ever feel like a plastic bag? Oh,
No,
my God.
I don't.
I'm making pho last minute. No. We wanted to stay in. We're lazy now because we're older, so
Lazy? This is not lazy. This is work.
we didn't want to drive all the way to Orange County. So we just bought veggies and bones, and we have meat, Wagyu in the refrigerator already, so
If you
everything's already
if you
set.
went to OC, just got the broth and came back, you'd be done by now.
You want me to drive OC right now?
I'm just saying.
Is that what you're trying to say?
So where'd you get the Wagyu?
Can you give me another box? You made it a long time ago.
Okay.
You
Oh
could.
yeah, because you said we ran out. We didn't run out, right?
I mean, we ran out of the big chunks, but yeah.
Okay.
Late night having short rib pho. So busy I didn't even get to vlog this. Hey, okay, guys? Mama in the kitchen. Looking good. We have breakfast tomorrow, eh?
Once again,
They're gonna taste real good in the morning when we're awake.
10-pound gain coming to this house.
First you say I don't feed you, now I feed you, you complain. You can't win.
Yes.
My God. It's like picky guess.
Carpet.
Picky
selection
guess.
shows